So I am the founder of Acorn Aspirations and Teens in AI, our very special initiative. We've launched Teens in AI very successfully with a bang at the UN literally 3 weeks ago in Geneva. And so we then ran our AI bootcamp and the hackathon, which is a 3-day event, and some of you have participated. I'm really grateful to Jose and Laura and Rob for coming to support our teenagers. And the teenagers that we'll be presenting today are the winners of the hackathon that took place literally last weekend. They've had 3 different challenges presented to them. One of the presenters, Amy, is here, who presented mental health. Another presenter presented equality as a challenge as suggested by United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. And the third challenge was climate change. And so we had 3 teams developing 3 ideas on climate change, 3 ideas on mental health, and 1 idea that was developed on equality and mental health intersection. So we are just waiting for the video to play, hopefully, if possible, because I think video will speak many more words than pictures or than my words. So I'm just hoping we will be able to show you just what happened really. No, it won't work. Okay. The screen is there, so maybe there is hope. The video is frozen. Well, you will then need to come back at 4:50, where we will have a youth panel, and hopefully we'll get the video working then, unless we could have it fixed on the slides of the last team. Okay, so if Team Habler is ready, I would like to invite Team Habler onto the stage. So it's a team of 4. So, as I explained, Habler is a team, the winning team from the AI hackathon that we ran last weekend. Habler is an online platform that uses voice and offers a voice solution for young people to express their concerns and problems they may experience with mental health. So, okay, Luca, you are on in presentation mode.
The problem. Teenagers find it hard to discuss their issues with their friends and peers, feeling isolated and depressed.
So we've decided to create an anonymous online social platform where teenagers can become more confident and feel more comfortable expressing their mental health problems. This is because we keep their identities hidden by using filters to obfuscate their voices, so that since no one knows who they are, they can feel more comfortable discussing their problems.
1 in 5 teenagers in the UK are diagnosed with a mental health illness.
As we don't want to make profit through advertisements towards people with mental illness, we want to partner with organizations such as the NHS and the mental health industry through donations as well as Patreon.
Our vision for the future is to integrate AI. We want to be very careful about how users interact with each other. Cyberbullying and trolling is a real issue when it comes to this kind of subject because we're dealing with people who are going to be very sensitive. And to allow people to discuss their issues with one another in a more like thread-like format, we need to try and understand what they're saying and combat trolling and cyberbullying at scale, which just can't be done very feasibly with just manual moderation. Which is exactly why we want to integrate AI. We want to use stuff like natural language processing and voice to text to try and understand what people are saying. These are tools that are improving a lot at the moment, and we want to try and integrate into our product over the next couple of weeks. We've actually created a demo over the last the weekend of the hackathon. You can actually go ahead and try it out at that link, which I'll put back on the screen in just a second. But here's our demo that we created over the weekend. So this is a very, very simplified version of what we wanted to create. we basically have a timeline of different voice recordings. No problem. I don't think it's all right. It's fine. Anyway, we've got so you can see at the top we've got a record box where you can record your own message, record how you're feeling at the moment. The main reason we wanted to use voice over just this text is because it's quite daunting to look at a blank canvas and have to type in how you're feeling, and we thought that voice would be a great way to allow people to express their feelings in an easier way. So we've got an example of one that we made earlier. I don't think the audio is working at the moment, so I'm just going to point my microphone at the laptop.
Hey, my name's Andy. I'm really cool.
I don't know if you heard that. But
so if I just record something else, blah, blah, blah. Hi, I'm at Acorn Aspirations. So if I just
so we've got a couple of examples of how we've used obfuscation. I mean, the filters are a work in progress, as you can tell. We can actually go ahead and record one right now. Hey there, I'm at CognitionX. This is a test recording.
Hey there, I'm at CognitionX. This is a test recording.
Sorry, I mean we've got a very simple pitch shift going on right there to try and obfuscate the user's voice. We can go ahead and submit it. So this is built using React and Node.js on the back end, and we've just created a very simple demo. But yeah, is there anything you guys want to add? Cool. All right. Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
We usually allow the audience to ask any questions. Does anybody have any questions at all for this team about the process or where they want to be? Yes, Sophie. Oh,
Hi. I am just wondering, what did you use to make the voice change? What did you use a specific library to do the obfuscation?
Did you not know developers never reveal their secrets? As a developer, you should. It's okay, Luca, you can.
Yeah, sure. So we basically used, I actually did it from scratch. Okay, so yeah, oh my God. We used basically pure JavaScript. There was a library that was developed like a decade ago by Google in JavaScript, which I kind of just copied and pasted bits out of, and then it was pretty hacky. I did it in in the space of a couple hours, but there was actually no real pitch shifting library for audio blobs in JavaScript, so I had to kind of do it myself and then send that audio to the backend, which we then save as a MP3 file, which we then serve back when the users want to see the other voice recordings.
Sorry, I walked in as you finished. Did you say you use React Native as a developer?
So I use React on the front end as just a web library. I'm actually I'm a web developer. I'm doing some React Native work at a digital agency right now, and so in the future I would like to implement this into React Native to make an app out of it, because it's the back end is pretty agnostic, so we can probably put it into a React Native app pretty shortly.
Let's have a conversation after.
Sounds good.
Excellent. So, any more questions? No questions? Okay, perfect. So, well done, team. Let's now welcome Footprint. Footprint, are you ready? So both teams have got two quite advanced developers. In Habla, we have Luca, who has been part of Acorn since 2015, since the very early ages, and he's now a mentor. Well, from the very start, he was a mentor. And in this team, we have got 3 young people who have never participated in hackathons before, and Kieran is probably a more experienced one. So Kieran also has designed the entire AI curriculum for the bootcamp, and he was teaching AI at a quite advanced level to advanced students, GCSE and above, A level plus in maths. So, team, are you ready? You've got 1 microphone, and you can also speak to that. Okay.
Hello, we are Footprint, reducing your carbon footprint one step at a time. I'm Lyra.
I'm Shaquille.
I'm Rahi.
And I'm Kieran. If you don't know much about climate change or you don't care, don't worry, you'll warm up to it. But anyway, let's get into the problem. That joke gave me mild depression.
The problem is that most people don't think about the effect their daily life has on the climate. as you can see, approximately 40% of carbon dioxide is made by individuals. So we've decided to tackle specifically transport emissions. No, it's not by me. So as you can see, there's a map of transport emissions in London. The average person produces 12.5 tons of carbon dioxide.
So how do we solve this? Well, our idea is to bring awareness to this problem. So what we're doing is we're going to create an app which will work on any smartphone or wearable device, which will use the GPS location to track your journeys, then be able to tell what mode of transport you're using, and then calculate the amount of CO2 emitted with that mode of transport. Then it will also give you alternatives which are better for the environment.
So in simpler words, we will make you aware of your carbon footprint. We will give you suggestions for alternate routes you can take, and we will give you rewards for doing so. We have a demo, but I'm not sure how to...
Could you full screen the video? Basically, this is just simple backend that I did in Jupyter. What it does is this is a journey that I took, and you can see the GPS locations. Then it will work out the probability of the mode of transport. So it'll give you the probabilities over here. It won't just, it will, I think it uses a random forest, but it also uses what stations are near. So if you've gone from a bus station to another bus station, it increases the chance of being a bus. It also then calculates the CO2 at the bottom. And then after that, we haven't got it working yet, but it's going to use Google Maps API to just find alternative routes and then calculate their CO2, and then suggest you could have taken this route, which would have emitted less CO2.
And we also have an app, but we would need to log on to it. Do we have time to do that? Just really quickly. So while he's logging on to the app, I will talk to you about our business model. So our target audience that we're looking at are teens, adults, professionals, and stay-at-home parents, because we believe that these are the people who travel most. So these are the people who would get the most benefit out of using our app. And for our sales revenue, we would make money through allowing long-term users to have levels on the app where they can get bonuses for using it long-term, and from promoting our the local companies that we would be working with, such as local bike shops or other companies that sponsor us. And I believe that the app is about to work.
So this is the app that I designed on Marvel. So as you can see, the purple line on the map is the route that you took on the bus. And what the app will do using its artificial intelligence, it will also give you a different route that you can maybe take on maybe a bike path. It might take you a little bit longer, but you could save maybe 123 grams of carbon dioxide. And if you actually take this route, then it will give you 20,000 prints, which is an in-game currency that we've created. So if you then click the top three dots in the top left-hand corner, it will go to your profile. So as you can see, this is Bill Jones' profile. His carbon footprint is slowly going down, which is pretty good. So, and then we're also supporting local communities. So maybe if we can see your area, we can then see maybe if there's a local shop there that we could partner up with. And then using that, we say there was a local bike shop, you could rent a bike from them for 12 hours if you get enough prints. And then Bill can also share his progress with his friends using social media. And that is how the app would work so far. Presentation.
The question from our UX designer, CyberDuck. Oli and Sam, do you have a question? Are you proud? So everyone, CyberDuck was teaching everyone how to do design thinking. So anything to do user experience, it's CyberDuck to credit. Any questions from you guys?
How did you guys identify your main audience you spoke about earlier?
We identified our main audience because this is an app that would have to track your location over time, and the people who, children don't travel that much on public transport, like on their own independently. So we just thought that the people who go day-to-day commute to work, or the stay-at-home parents, as they are the ones who are in charge of, like, oh, we're going to go shopping today, and choosing what the family does on a daily basis. So those people who would travel the most are the ones who would use this app and would get the most benefit out of it.
Any questions? Any more questions?
Are you incentivizing people to cut down on their carbon footprints using some monetary incentives or something like that? Or is there some kind of connection with government or companies to...
No, our idea is just to bring awareness to your carbon footprint and the effect you have on the climate, and to show you how you can make a difference on a personal level.
Questions from anyone else? Questions from the younger audience? Peter, you've just walked in. Would you like to ask a question to the team?
What?
Stella? No questions. All right. So if there are no questions, then we're going to say thank you to the team. Well done. And I believe there is a way for us now to show you the video that didn't quite work to begin with. Is it possible to... Let me just... Okay. Shall I help you?
It only responds to your fingers.
It only responds to my fingers.
The Teens in AI Bootcamp and Hackathon are successive events spanning over 5 days in which Acorn Aspirations teaches kids age 11 through 18 all about AI. During the first 3 days, kids learn about the possibilities of AI.
I'm building a deep neural network, a genetic algorithm, and then I'm going to do some reinforcement learning from scratch to try and compare them. Doesn't this all sound kind of cool? We're going to be able to cure cancer pretty soon, right?
AI ethics.
A naive perspective is just taking all the data and just training on all of it. And why is this bad? Because it can have a bias.
Reinforcement learning.
Like, the goal was to train agents to learn how to take the best actions with this kind of like inbuilt reward system.
And much, much more.
I learned a lot about how neural networks work and how machine learning works, and that there are actually like different types of machine learning, which I didn't know before.
Then, during the final 2 days, kids use their skills by designing and developing projects that use AI to reach UN Global Development Goals, like gender equality, sustainability, and mental health. Let's see what people have to say about it.
Not like other hackathons I've attended where it's all about the code.
I've never found something like this in London.
They come to something like this, they see that it's exciting, it's so much fun, it's creative, and that they can do it too.
It's amazing to see the level of dedication here.
We want young people to be empowered to create the change they want to see in the world.
I like it. I really like it. It's quite cool. It's like very relaxed, very informal, but still quite educational, and I've learned a lot.
If you haven't started to be into technology, you should really now, because it's just a really interesting thing to learn about in the world today.
Okay. That concludes our time here. Thank you. So you can... Perfect. So thank you so much for being here and listening, and I know many of you have been part of that incredible 5-day journey. So I'm just really grateful that you've all persevered with us for 5 days. If you would like to hear from young people on the state of AI and their opinions on the world of politics and how AI intersects with everything else that's happening in the world. So from young people's lens and perspectives, there is going to be a youth panel this evening at 4:50 p.m. on Ethics Stage. So please do come and listen to them because they have a lot of interesting things to add to the debate on AI. And I think they should be part of the conversations. Their voices should be heard. And we need to continue empowering them to create the lives they want to see. Thank you very much. Thank you.